Everything's okay. I hope it is okay now. Right. As just let's start from the beginning. Dear everyone, partners, colleagues, thank you very much for joining us, joining our webinar session. Today is our so-called intro webinar session when we will talk about advanced vehicle telematics, advanced machinery telematics, about application, about possible scenarios of equipment use, interesting market niches, and so on. First of all, briefly, want to share to you our program. So every day we'll be doing several webinar sessions in English, Spanish, French, hopefully in German too. We'll try to do these webinars in so-called express version. So we understand that you guys have also time to do different tasks at home. You have families, wives, kids, pets, etc. So we'll trying to do as much as possible useful discussions, be concentrated on the main tasks. So hopefully the webinar will be lasting 30 minutes plus minus maximum 1 hour time. So let's see, it's our first webinar session for now. So I hope everything is clear now and everything is visible and you can hear me. Our technical assistant says that everything's working now. So I hope so too. So what is the reason of these webinar sessions? Why are we doing that? Obviously, everyone of you guys know what's happening in the world with all this virus situation. Many countries are on quarantine now, and obviously not Belarus. We have our own way. So I'm sure you guys have been following the situation, what's happening in the world. So I'm sure our situation in Belarus in regards to this virus situation attracted your attention for sure. It's quite interesting. If you haven't done it yet, so welcome. Please use Google. It's very interesting. So, but let's back to webinar sessions. So we're gonna talk more about advanced vehicle telematics, or advanced machinery telematics, about interested market niches that we can enter together, and we ask our partners, we attract our partners to go there and try to do something together with us. We're always open to help you guys to try something new. New projects, new topics, new tasks, new targets. So again, I don't know what's happening with this. Probably this delay due to internet connection. So briefly, I'll go through the Technoton company. A few words that Technoton have been established in April 2000. So later this month we're gonna have anniversary, 20 years on the market. So that's quite a good period of time that we're on the market. So and hopefully later this year we will celebrate it. And you guys welcome to Belarus, welcome to Technoton to see us. To have some talks, discuss some projects, and also, if it will be possible, to have some fun together. At this stage, at Technoton, we have around 15 main product lines. Later on, this presentation will go through the main product lines. I don't want to talk about the accessories because in total there are more than 250 items positioned in our product portfolio. So at this stage, we supplying the products to more than 140 countries worldwide. At this moment, with us, 600 plus partners, integrated partners, so-called. And we also attracting more interesting and sophisticated ideas from our partners to gain new targets, to gain new projects together. Also about the company structure, the Technoton is a main office. It's so-called group of companies. So Technoton in Minsk at a head office. Also, there are Technoton Engineering, or a separate division dedicated to product development. There are also Technoton Electronics that developed microboards and also other electronics. Our main factory is located in Vileyka, in another city. That so-called heavy equipment is produced, flow meters, fuel level sensors, and other stuff. That's around 90 kilometers from Minsk. So you guys that's planning business trips to Belarus later on or any soon, so we can schedule also the trip together with your sales managers and possible to see what's going on there. It's quite interesting. Also, on the board, we have around 150 people now together, all the group of companies of Technoton. So here in our head office, we have around 80 people. So including head office and our Technoton engineering company. So, and just remember the time when everything started in 2000, there were just 2 or 3 people, our CEO and another couple of guys that were assisting him. So imagine for 20 years, the company grew up from 3 people to almost 150 people on board. That's quite good, I think, especially for privately owned companies here in Belarus. So, and yeah. So now let's talk a little bit about the different market niches, about current market niches that majority of telematic companies, fleet management company targeting. That's mainly market of trucks, market of vehicles in general. Some of partners, they also enter in diesel generators, cellular towers, some marine markets, more or less. But that's very little of partners that doing really sophisticated and interesting projects that requires not only standard tracking or geofencing. I suppose every company that's doing fleet management business, they doing tracking, they doing speeding, they doing fencing. It's like a must-have. It's like an air. It must be. But we attract an attention to target other interesting markets, so-called advanced machinery telematics markets or advanced vehicle telematics. Later on in this presentation, we guys will see what exactly other markets, other market niches I'm talking about. So here you can see market niches that we also should consider. That comparing to just the regular fleet management that usually includes tracking, maybe fuel level sensing, so tracker plus some simple fuel level sensor. We allow our partners to expand the system, to expand market niches, expand the product portfolios, and obviously expand possibilities to make more money and to make clients happy. So here we can see on this presentation slide that agriculture market, railway transport, vessels, either river vessels or sea vessels. It's quite interesting market that's underestimated from our point of view, because we already done several successful stories on the vessels. So, and imagine the vessel usually got at least two main engines to drive the vessel forward, but they're also an additional engines for keeping different machineries running on the vessel, as well as diesel generators installed on the vessel. So imagine we targeting application that requires more sophisticated equipment. We from simple tracker and fuel level sensor, we attract our partners to open the doors to new markets where we have tracker. It can be looking just simple, but we can connect multiple devices to the device, to the tracking device, flow meter, fuel level sensor. It can be multiple fuel level sensors and fuel flow meters. So, for example, on the vessel, we can monitor fuel consumption of each engine individually, and also monitor fuel level in different tanks. Like recently, we had a interesting project in Africa on a vessel where together with our partner, we installed in total 4 fuel flow meters and 11 fuel level sensors. So that means there are 2 main engines, and 11 fuel tanks. So that's basically a tugboat that delivers fuel from point A to point B. So with a simple tracking device, with a simple fleet management solution that majority of the companies offer now on the market, it's impossible to reach. With advanced vehicle telematics that we offer in, later on we'll talk about technologies, about ASIC technology, about S7 technology, IoT baggage technology, that will give you a better idea what exactly advanced machinery telematics, advanced vehicle telematics is all about. So also you can see here different applications like granaries, where we can monitor moisture, temperature, consumptions of the burners, etc. Interesting and huge market of diesel generators. You can see it here on a picture. Oil, gas and oil market, like here on a picture. So that's just a little part of the market that we attracting our partners to enter together. This list is quite bigger than just on this slide. So obviously complex machinery segment is not easy from the first glance, and some of the partners, when they just get used to simple tracking business, they're afraid. They see they're like they enter in some complicated application. They're afraid. They see they're like one engine, another engine. There are a lot of pipes, a lot of fuel tanks. They're just afraid. They don't want to even start any project there. We are assuring you guys that with our help, we can make any successful project together with the help of our business development managers, with assistance of our technical team. Together, we definitely can make these projects running well. The 51%, I suppose, is just the worry, the client's afraid. So when we pass this 51% of fears, then 49% is just success. Together, definitely we can work on these projects and make maximum of that. Obviously, comparing merging on a market of advanced vehicle telematics, advanced machinery telematics, and just regular tracking business, fleet management business, it's not comparable. Like on a regular truck, where there is just a simple tracking device or some fuel level sensor or just some CAN bus reader, from one unit we can get probably a couple of dollars of profit. But when we come to some complicated applications like locomotive, on one unit, after successful POC, we can make on one unit, on one application, $100. So it's not comparable. It's just absolutely different market niches from the point of making money. So obviously it's not easy. And as I said earlier, the partner festival need to understand that it will require time, it will require skills, it will require a lot of assistance from our side, but we are always also open to help to work on it together. Just because we see the potential, and a lot of market needs they just underestimated, and they're waiting for us. Also, on this slide, I would like just don't want to spend too much time just reading or explaining you its difference between advanced vehicle telematics and regular vehicle tracking. There's a huge difference. There are different targets, different goals, different scenario of equipment, different parameters that we can obtain. Obviously, that's absolutely different stories. So advanced vehicle telematics, it's if you just compare it with a spider net. So there's like a one core unit, so-called tracking device or controller or terminal that we link multiple devices, fuel level sensors, fuel flow meters, temperature sensors, CAN bus, analog sensors, all that we can connect to a single unit. Obviously, majority of you guys already working with, I'm sure you're already working with some tracking devices from third-party devices. That's totally fine. We are open to discuss it, to discuss possible integration of our devices with existing tracking devices that you already have. So please don't be afraid of that, and ask your sales manager if there's possibility to integrate, let's say, a tracking device from this manufacturer with your fuel level sensor and flow meter. Like maybe you can ask, I have a complicated application, 5 diesel generators or 3 storage tank, and I want to link it with a single telematics unit and monitor fuel level in those storage tanks, and also want to monitor fuel consumption of those diesel generators. That's a quite normal situations for our sales managers to research, to work together. So definitely after discussing with sales manager, you will have a clear understanding. Either we can or we cannot. I can surely say that in 95% of cases we can provide working solution for this kind of apps, including diesel generators, vessel, or any other agricultural machineries also. Actual targets that majority of the fleet managers, owners, business owners, they're targeting, they want to have a solution not just to prevent simple fuel siphoning from the tank, simple overspeeding. Also, nowadays, owner of some business, he wants to have a clear understanding what's going on with his transport, with his diesel generators, with his vessels, with his locomotives. He wants to have a clear picture. Either is a time to send the unit for repairing, either it's time just to change the oil, maybe it's time to change some other parts on that machine. Having advanced vehicle telematics on board, we can have a clear understanding what's going on, and when it's time to schedule the next repairing service, or they just require a regular service and see what, just to change your oil and maybe change some filters. So it's not just simple solution to get someone that steals the fuel and punish him. No, we offer much more than that. We want to educate fleet managers to have a clear understanding, not just follow regular operation manuals of vehicle manufacturers or engine manufacturers, but we offer real parameters, real operation parameters of the machineries that having in front a business owner will be able to take the decision. I don't know if connection is still good, but I have something happening on this laptop. Okay, sorry guys, just it looks like when this webinar session is coming through the computer and all this servers, all this information on my laptop is delayed for 5-10 seconds. Well, so we have quite a limited time, so I hope you understand the main difference between regular fleet management business and regular market fleet management market that majority of our partners working with advanced machinery telematics, more advanced, more complicated, more sophisticated, more interesting, and more fun applications that we can work together. Here you can see, as at the beginning of the webinar session, I promise you, here you can see a list, the pictures of our main product lines that we've been producing for years now. So as you understand, our main focus is production, manufacturing and production of IoT sensors. That's fuel level sensors, DUT, fuel flow meters, DFM, contactless CAN bus readers, vehicle data interfaces, different kind of converters, displays, etc. Obviously, we also do telematics device, tracking device, but that's an additional business. It's not our core business, but we should follow the current trend on the market. What's going on in there, and make sure that the equipment is running well. And we also do telematics gateway, like here on a slide. So all our IoT sensors, they're 100% compatible with our telematics gateways, and we are always open to integrate our IoT sensors with any third-party manufacturer. Sometimes it's possible. Some of our devices already integrated, but there are dozens of the devices, maybe even hundreds of devices that either not possible to integrate, or there are some other difficulties in terms of integration. Here I'll show you several slides of advanced machinery telematics, just to give you an idea what devices we can use and what exactly parameters we can get. So don't want to get concentrated specifically on each. I'm sure all of you guys, majority of you guys are professionals and understand just from these slides what I'm talking about. And also behind me on here on the left, you can see example of the system that we are using on a tractor. So where we have the core of the system is a gateway telematics unit, and we use a single CAN input on it, and we can connect to the single CAN input multiple devices. Like on this tractor, we get in data from the CAN bus using the crocodile reader, and we monitor fuel level in 2 tanks, and also get actual engine fuel consumption information, and have also this information display for the driver if needed. So just briefly going through these slides. So here you can see example of diesel generator or diesel generator farm, where it can be not only one diesel generator, can be 2, 10, 20 diesel generators. We can build the system using a single cable S6 and connect multiple devices. The idea of S6 technology is that we use a single cable to connect multiple devices together. No need to use no need to worry about the quantity of inputs on a telematics device. Either there is just one RS-232, or there is just one RS-232 and RS-485 interface input. There are a couple of analog inputs, and you're just worrying, wow, there is no way to connect more analog sensors. With the help of a S6 system and with the help of different converters, master CAN, we can connect multiple units to a single CAN input on a telematics gateway. So another example is locomotive. You can see that here equipment scenario where we have installed flow meters, fuel level sensors, multiple units, couple of displays, telematics gateway to transmit data to the server. We have here 2 displays because, as you understand, the locomotive can move either this way or that way. So that's the purpose of 2 display here. Different operation parameters can be obtained, more than 6,000 parameters now available in our database. Imagine 10,000 plus different parameters available. That's quite a lot. So another interesting scenarios. Now here are case studies that we done with our partners before. That was a project in Russian Federation. So imagine massive truck that carrying sand or carrying different materials on a river or in a sea from point A to point B. We can monitor their fuel consumption of all engines and have a clear understanding what's happening with the fuel on this vessel. Obviously, economic effect, the merging of this implementing of equipment on this unit is different. Obviously, imagine to install all this equipment on a huge vessel, they're required several. It's not even several meters. It's probably several hundred of meters of cables. On this boat, I don't know, at least 100 meters of S6 cabling being used. So to link all these units together. So, and obviously the merging, the final economic effect for the client, for the partner, it's different. So another interesting project that we in market niche, better say market niche, fuel tankers. We already done several successful stories with our partners. Implemented our DUT to bio can fuel level sensor. That's quite a sophisticated device. It's not a regular fuel level sensor, not regular capacity fuel level sensor. It's a device that detects also permittivity of the liquid. So based on that, we have a clear understanding. Either there is we have a clear understanding what exactly happening with the fuel level in the tank. Because I'm sure most of you guys know that different fuels have a different permittivity. So DUT to bio can detect the permittivity, and we can transmit that permittivity to the web server. And based on that, even theoretically, we can detect fuel type if needed. Either there is a diesel, either there is a petrol, either there is a kerosene, or some other liquid. That's quite interesting. And personally, myself, guys, I'm attracting you to give a try of DUT to bio, especially for the fuel tankers. It's a massive market. Obviously, there are different scenarios now, different manufacturers offer different solutions, but very little of the solution works really well. So trying DUT to bio specifically with a CAN interface, you will get maximum parameters. You will get clear understanding what's going on there. But please make sure that's a really, really, really interesting project, and it's not easy project. In this case, preparation is 100% of success. Preparation is very important. But the outcome, economical effect for the end client, for our partner, it's completely different. It's just compared with a regular fleet management business, where there's just a regular tracking device used and probably some sensor connected. Moving forward, another interesting case studies we've done before with our partners. As far as I remember, that was a project in Latin America where we used our fuel level sensors and flow meters integrated with a SCADA system. So based on our marketing team research and with assistance, obviously, our partner, we concluded that client saving $495 a day just on this application. Imagine $495 a day. That's quite a lot of money. So just a summary that we Technoton, we attract you guys to follow for new market trends, follow and open new market niches. Don't be afraid to start. We, with the help of our sales managers, with the help of our technical team, definitely we can offer really working solution for the client that will make end user happy. The end user have a clear understanding on operation cost, on plan servicing of his machineries, and obviously profit, much better profit margin for you guys. So that was an intro of the webinar. It looks like either due to this connection, I missed some slide. Try to find it. The comparison of the technologies. But anyway, later on, my colleagues will tell more about it, about S6 technology, about S7 technology, about IoT bagger technology. So unfortunately, cannot find this slide. So okay, my partner, my assistant says that this presentation been a bit corrected, so I won't be able to show it to you, but I can explain, so don't worry about it. So S6 technology, we have a good example that we can connect multiple devices to a single input on a telematics device using a single cable. So using different splitters, T connectors, right? We link it with a single CAN input on a telematics device. So the idea is that each device got a unique network address, right? And Telematics Gateway identifies them as a different device. IoT bagger technology, it's more about processing data inside of the device, inside of the, let's say, fuel level sensor or flow meter. And so to short, how to say, raw data coming to the web server. So just send the useful parameters further to the web server. S7 technology is all about wireless BLE sensors. Yeah, that's just briefly, and I hope you guys still can see me and hear me. So yeah, hope the idea of this introduction webinar is clear, and we are open to answer any of your questions. My colleague will assist me with this window where to check all the questions that you sending us. Появилось. Да, вижу. Говорит, звук выключен. Again, some technical issues arrived. All these virus situations reach not only people, but it looked like also machines. Thanks God, I can see all your questions, I suppose. I see some of the questions. Let's go through most interesting. Boris, questions from Boris. What is the limit of S6? How many fuel level sensors can I connect using S6? Actually, at this stage, we can expand S6 cabling system quite a lot. We already tested 250 meters system on the vessel, and it's working well. Limitation on fuel level sensors at the moment is 16. Imagine a fuel tanker with 16 compartments. Frankly speaking, I haven't seen a single fuel tanker with 16 compartments. Maximum I saw 12. Do you use a specific wire to connect truck with trailer? Yes, Michael. We use an S6 cable. There are 5 wires in S6 cable. Can high, can low. VBAT, K-line, and one more. Can high, can low, VBAT, ground, K-line. Yeah, 5. So between the trailer and truck, we also have a twisted cable for that. Salim, do you have detailed case studies on the financial savings that we can share with our clients? Dear Salim, we do have some financial ideas, some case based on our partners' case studies. Some of them we can share to you. David, will the slides be available? Dear David, I'm sure the slides will be available. Mr. Yogesh, hello. If we have all this thing in GPS, then why we are using this CAN bus or AC0D converter? The Yogesh, I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean. AC0 to D converter. The things, if we all the things in GPS, then why we're using this CAN bus or AT Well, just one more. Let me just explain a little bit more about S6. S6 is a digital interface based on J1969. Okay, so obviously on the machinery can be different analog sensors, and directly we cannot connect those analog sensors to CAN input. That's why we have different converters, so-called master CAN DAC15 or master CAN DAC2113, to convert analog values into CAN. Mr. Dion, I lost connection. How can I get this slide? A webinar presentation will be appreciated. Okay. Yes, Dion, we will send you a presentation if needed. So just please post your email address. Glenn, any info on your analog to digital converter? Yes, it is available at our document center. You can log in there and get needed operation manual there. Okay, do you have any provide real-time data monitoring or also log data to be viewed later? The idea is using S6 technology or S7 technology or IoT Bagger technology allow us to have a real-time parameters. So these parameters transmitted to the web server. Before, if you remember, years ago, 10, 15 years ago, there were popular offline solution where we could gather different parameters and then build a report post factum in the office with the help of special software. Now it's not popular at all. Majority of the partners, I'm sure 99% of them, they prefer real-time tracking and obtaining the parameters. Alex, how Technoton Telematic able differentiate between fuel theft, fuel lost, removed during maintenance? That's a good question, Alex. Indeed, when it comes to data analyzing on a web server, we need to analyze the event. Let's say you're getting fuel filling or draining event, but you need to understand that exactly there is a filling event or draining event. For that purpose, we always recommend to analyze the time frame, to analyze either the unit is moving or not, either engine is running or not, either there is a good power supply. So in general, we need to analyze the situation on a application from different angles. And after that, we can say for sure there was a fuel theft, there was a regular fuel consumption, or there was something else. Rashid, does any model support multiple fuel, petrol, diesel, jet fuel, or kerosene? Dear Rashid, please clarify your questions. Anthony, how are the S7Ds performing in the field? It's performing well, what I can say. I understand what you mean, Anthony. DUTS-7 is a wireless sensor that communicates based on BLE technology. So as we say here, no wires, no problems, and obviously there is a range from the DUTS-7 to the recipient. If we planning to use DUTS-7 on some application where a lot of metal walls, we need to analyze. We need to test if the signal will reach the recipient. So when it comes to locomotives that got a fuel tank somewhere underneath of the locomotive and telematics units somewhere installed somewhere in the head of the locomotive, they can be 10 or even 50 meters with a lot of walls. Here we cannot tell you for sure that there'll be a good connection between a 7 unit and telematics device. It should be tested and see if the signal's reaching or not. To be honest, for this kind of applications, for locomotives, we recommend to use S6 devices. For example, DT2BIO CAN or DFM CAN, so we can lay down a 6 cable and have 100% connection. Rashid, we want to install the sensors in oil trucks which supply fuel to fuel station. Sometimes it carries diesel, sometimes petrol or jet fuel. Dear Rashid, that is interesting project. We'll be glad to analyze it. Please contact your sales manager, contact person at Technoton, and he will assist you with everything. We'll analyze oil trucks. Definitely, you will be asked for additional information because, as I said earlier, this kind of apps requires a lot of research. Okay, other questions? Dear Vishal, in regards to prices, please contact your sales manager. He will assist you with that. If sensor is calibrated with diesel and next time petrol is refueled in truck fuel supply chambers, do we need to recalibrate? Dear Rashid, I understand, yes, sometimes fuel tanker can carry different fuels. Today it can carry diesel, tomorrow it can carry kerosene and some other liquid. It's quite a normal situation for fuel tanker business. For this kind of apps, we recommend to use DT2BIO CAN. First time at the installation, we need to calibrate DT2BIO CAN on one fuel. Let's say there's a diesel. Only one time we calibrate it the right way. And in the future, if there will be something else poured into the compartment, DT2BIO CAN automatically will adjust settings inside. So you'll be getting the right fuel level data, no matter either was a diesel before and sensor was calibrating on diesel, or now it's used on kerosene. The sensor will adjust inside settings and you'll be getting correct information about the fuel level. Rashid, ITEC certification will also be required. Rashid, indeed, our DTS-7 sensor, they are X-proof, and you can ask your sales manager for the certificate, or you can just find it at our document center. Okay, got more questions. Does your system can be integrated with Modbus system, such genset controller to collect the genset data? Dear Hafiz, yes. Recently, we have developed a converter that that can obtain information from the Modbus and convert into CAN. So together with our it can be used together with our sensors. So for example, you get different parameters from the from a Modbus of diesel generator. You can join it together with our S6. Okay, I'm searching for more questions. So guys, please write your questions here. I'll be glad to answer. Welcome, Rashid. Can Telematic also receive comments from client user? Shut down comment from cell phone. Telematics also receive comment from cell user. Shut down comment cell phone. Dear Zahid, please clarify your questions. I'm not 100% following. Alex, is there any working lifespan on this full telematics system? Dear Alex, there are warranty periods applied for each product. So you can check also the operation manual, data sheets for our products, and see the warranty for each device. Next question. Does the telematics tracker is configurable for custom server address? If not, does your server provide IP for data sharing? Will it be changed? How much? Guys, please don't ask me the questions in regards to pricing. This webinar session is more about the technologies, about the interested market niches. So all in regards to pricing, kindly check with your sales managers. And also everything in regards to API and transferring data to some other server, please also check with your sales manager. Anthony, how can fuel level sensor, how can fuel levels of DUTS7 will be displayed when installed on the vehicle? Just one more time, let me explain the idea of DUTS7. I need to drink some water. Я обновляю страничку. Да, я вижу себя, звук выключен. Okay. Again, apologies. Technical issues chasing us all this hour. How can fuel level sensor DUTS7 be displayed when installed on a vehicle? DUTS7 communicates based on Bluetooth 4.0 X technology. So it can be either connected to the telematics device that supports Bluetooth 4.x. At the same time, it can be connected to the smartphone. You just need to go to Google Play Market and install appropriate application for that. So you can also be able to get field level information there. So at the same time, where it can be useful for fleet manager, let's say in the morning, walking around a fleet and checking fuel levels, having no access to the web server, for example, for some reason, and also later on you can check on the web server. So it's quite flexible. So yeah. Okay, more questions. Zahid, through your mobile app, you can Apple, can you send any kind of data to your sensor or telematic equipment? Means, is it full duplex? Well, app, can you send any kind of data to your sensor? There's a hit. Can you please specify exactly the sensor you're talking about? Then I'll answer your question. Rashid, we have requirement for genset from our client to monitor the fuel, as well as they need load management on its three-phase electricity supply. Is it possible to monitor load? Rashid, it's an interesting case, and definitely we would like to study that. We already been working on similar projects before. So our sales manager definitely will share their experiences. More questions. When your app was shut down on monitoring device and later turn on, will it have pass data when it was shut down? Dear Zahid, yes. Our if you're talking about the web server, so yes, you will get that data on a web server, even if there were no connection. If we talking about smartphone and DUTS7, in this case, we won't be able to see what's been happening for that time when there was no connection. But the good point is that if the system will see if there was a before losing the connection, there was a, let's say, 500 liters, and after some time where there was no connection, again appeared connection, and you see there 400 liters, definitely the app will generate the notification. 100 liters of fuel disappeared. More questions. Our client require liquid monitoring solution, ethanol, ink, polynol, etc. Is it possible? Dear ladies and gentlemen, please note, we offer solutions for monitoring different kind of fuels. So fuel level sensor, DUT, can be used for monitoring any non-conductive liquid. Non-conductive liquid, no water. Kindly note that. More questions, and one more thing, that last time I have seen that your battery with S7 technology is able to work 5 years. Is it possible? Dear Yogesh, yes, that's right. We claim warranty for DUT S7 battery 5 years, minimum 5 years. Manufacturer of the battery claims 8 years. So we are realistic people, we give 5 years. Umesh, any details about axle load sensors? Dear Umesh, there information about axle load sensor on our website. Also, you can find more information at our document center. If you just visit our main website, www.jav/technoton.com, there's a tab documentation. Please get registered and you will find everything there. Also, you can ask your sales manager. Mr. or Mrs. Ope, can you send through a video demonstration of the virus products and solution? Dear Ope, I suppose that's a joke, right? Will you tell more about individual products tomorrow and next week? Dear Boris, yes, we will continue our webinars later today in Spanish and French languages, also all this week and hopefully all next week, talking about different on different topics, different products, different applications, and we will be open to answer any of your questions. Yogesh, do you have any video demonstration for the CAN bus installation? Dear Yogesh, kindly specify what exactly product you're talking about. If you need a crocodile reader, a video installation, please visit our YouTube channel. There are some videos. So my colleagues reminds me that we have time to finish, and I would be glad to continue, but unfortunately time is limited. So one more time, thank you very much for joining us together, and please accept our apologies for these technical issues. I hope upcoming seminars will be smooth. Thank you. See you later. Yeah, and later on today we'll have a web seminars in Spanish, in French languages, and tomorrow again in English, Spanish, French languages, hopefully in German. So all this week, if you have some time to join us, to ask your questions, please be with us. See you later, guys. Cheers.